Here's my Sam prop as he looked on Halloween of 2012. He works pretty good. His arm does make a lot of noise though. And I don't really like the way he stands. He kind of leans to one side. So I'm going to be taking him apart and working on him. So here's Sam without all of his pajamas and head and hands and everything else. Just his inner workings. Basically, you got a deer motor, a piece of aluminum flat stock, some angle brackets that enable his arm to move up and down. One of the things I want to do is to get rid of this rubber band, which holds his right arm to the shoulder. Make something a little better for that. I'm going to change this left shoulder. It's from a 90 degree to a 45 degree. And I want to change his legs here, his feet. I'm going to take a heat gun and heat up the base of his legs here, bend them a little bit forward so that he stands a little more naturally. So I got all Sam's frame and inner workings redone. I replaced the board I originally had in there. I think the original one I had in there was just a piece of scrap wood that I got off of a pallet. I replaced that with a 2x4. Replaced the rubber band I had on there on his shoulder with a 10-inch bungee cord. That should last a lot longer. I lubricated his joint a little bit with some graphite and petroleum jelly. On his frame, I took a heat gun, gave him up a little bend there at the ankles, which makes him stand a little bit more natural, I think. Looks a little better. I also replaced the base I had him on with a larger, like 2 foot by 2 foot piece of plywood. So that'll make him a little sturdier when he's outside in the weather. Now all that's left to do is put all the pool noodles back on to bulk up his frame a little bit. Put the chicken wire back on for his torso and put the head back on, and he should be pretty much almost completed. So here's Sam all put back together. He has pajamas back on. His hands are back on him. His head's back on. I don't know if I said before, but his head's just a big styrofoam ball covered with a burlap sack I sewed up. I got from eBay. I think it's a coffee bean sack. His big sucker there I made out of hot glue. I put food coloring. I melted the glue down and put food coloring in it. So it got to be kind of orange looking, and painted the jack-o'-lantern face on there. So far so good. Happy with how he's looking. He stands a lot more naturally. When I had him apart, I actually widened his waist as well, so his feet stand a little bit farther apart. I think he's just about done, but I think he's missing something. I think he needs a pumpkin, so I'm going to start working on that. Alright, so now Sam has his pumpkin. The pumpkin is a foam pumpkin I carved out with my Dremel tool. I gutted a Spirit mini flame light, took the flame part out of it, stuck it in the pumpkin. So now he has his pumpkin. I believe he is complete. I also bloodied him up a little bit, added some blood to his lollipop, a little bit on his pajamas. The blood I made from Stilt Beat Studios method of clear Elmer's glue with blue and red food coloring. I think he turned out very cool. Very happy with him. Should be very cool this Halloween.